Hi, my name is Lee from Lee's Way or the Highway Math Tutoring. Welcome today to Fact Families, Part 2, Multiplication and Division. I would recommend that you see Fact Families 1, Addition and Subtraction first. If you do, it will probably make this a little bit easier to understand. They're both very similar though to each other. So let's check it out. First of all, Fact Families. Here we have 3 times 5 is 15. And then we can reverse that. 5 times 3 is 15. So if you write the fact 3 times 5 equals 15 for your child or your students, then the next logical step is to find the next multiplication fact, which is the commutative law of multiplication. So we just switch the two numbers and we still get the same answer. Now, the next part is similar to the addition and subtraction. You take the bigger number and you can take either of the smaller numbers and then you get the other smaller number. So 15, the bigger number goes first. Divide by either of the smaller numbers and you get the other smaller number. So here 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then 15 divided by 5 is 3. You want the student or your child to know that when you do the division, the bigger number has to go first here. So the 15 from your multiplication goes up front, and then either of the smaller numbers come second and third position in the division problem. Now, also what tends to happen is, just like addition and subtraction, in multiplication and division fact families, they will leave blanks. So let's go ahead and look. When solving for a smaller number, you must divide to find the answer. When solving for a larger number, you must multiply. So your student or your child, I keep saying, should be able to pattern recognize here. And what is pattern recognize? Let's check it out. So here, 3 times what is 15? Well, we know the two numbers that multiply have to be the smaller number. So if you're missing one of them, you have to do a division problem to solve for the missing number. So we take the bigger number, obviously in division, the bigger numbers always push the smaller number, and we get the other smaller number. So here we're missing a number. So we go 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then we can also put that 5 in there and check it to see if it's true. You can always check a missing piece problem to see if it's true. Now, if it's wrong, well, then you're back to scratch again and you're guessing probably. So you want to make sure that the student understands that when they're missing a smaller number, and they have to determine that you're going to take the bigger number divided by the smaller number. Next again, we're going to take a look at this one. Here we are missing a smaller number. And how do we know that? Because we have the bigger number in the problem once again. We have a division problem though with a missing piece, but it doesn't matter. Once again, you have to identify, what am I solving for? I'm solving for the smaller number. So therefore, if you're solving for a smaller number, you must divide in your answer. So here we go. 15 divided by blank is 5, so we're going to divide to find the answer. Take the 15 from the problem, the 5 from the problem. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and that is the answer, and you can check it. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Now let's look at the last example, which is a multiply example. So here, in a division problem, the first number of the division problem has to be the larger number, or equal to. Yeah, I should say that it could be equal to, but we can go into that, or the 0 option. But right now, we're looking at simple problems on the fact family. So let's go ahead and look at it. Here, we're missing a piece. We have the two smaller pieces. How do we know that? Well, like I said, it's a division problem. And the first number is going to be bigger or equal to the second number. So, how do we go about that? Well, we're going to take the two smaller numbers and we're going to multiply those to get the bigger number. So again, they need to recognize, what am I solving for? I am solving for the bigger number. Hence, I will multiply to get my answer. Now, is it required to memorize these rules? No. These rules should be written down so the student can think about what's going on. And then eventually, hopefully, the understanding of it will drop. So I hope you benefited from this lesson and the strategies that I have for fact families. The main thing is practice, 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 practice. And how do you do that? You just start off with a multiplication fact family. Any two numbers and a third product, which is the answer. So, for example, 4 times 6 is 24. Start there and then have them find the other 3 facts. And then as they get better, you can start with facts that are division, and then they'll work their way to get the other facts. Now, when you're doing missing pieces, you write a fact down yourself, and then you can go ahead and make blanks. So you can take a division problem, make a blank. You can do a multiplication problem, make a blank. Obviously, you have to be competent in your times tables. And so all students should have their multiplication tables down pat in order to do this as a prerequisite and be successful. Anyway, I hope this helped you, and we'll see you soon at Lee's Way or the Highway Math Tutoring. Have a happy new year. See you